So Ricky, great victory today. Obviously, a bit of a crazy game given the circumstances, but how proud of you, the lads, for holding out for that victory today.
Yeah, the word that you used is exactly right. I think you've got to be careful with things like that. We're early in the season, but you're right in what you say. Pride was the word that I used in there. Also used character, because I'm never a big fan of when you score at the last second. That means you've got character. I don't believe that. I think that's just part of the game. If you lose a goal, you don't have character. I don't get that. But that tonight, playing for 93 minutes. With 10 men and having to deal with little tactical changes, Lenny going into centre mid, etc. I thought the boys were absolutely brilliant. I was proud of them. They showed character to go for that long, to defend, but not just defend, to play on the ball, and those little, the mentality behind it was those little transition, those turnover moments to make them theirs, and just be really good in the ball. And I thought first half they were really, really good. And then as the game went on, it went into a kind of more of a defensive performance where we needed to defend the box. But they know what they're doing in that situation, so happy with them.
And in that first half, obviously, quite a big change, players moving around. We've seen versatility from a lot of these guys. Jack in the middle, John down to right back, Lenny in the centre mid. But obviously, I think there was times in that first half where you probably couldn't tell that we were a man down, the way we kept the ball, and a real moment of quality, that counter-attack for Reg to get the moment of quality for the game, to win the game.
Yeah, it was going to be, at that moment it was a game about space and finding defending the spaces obviously, but also when you're on the ball, finding the space, finding the through pass, running into space. And the players, obviously Lenigan in the middle helped us really get control of it. I thought he was brilliant in the first half, hopefully. He's okay, I think he will be. So that kind of tactical moment was important, that we didn't change too much, but get our technical players to try and still get on the ball and then attack the space in front. So for that side, I thought that to a man, everybody on the side, everybody who was connected with the club, I thought it was a really good day for us.
And that back seven hasn't changed all too much at times. Obviously Jack coming back in today as well for Greg, that sort of the one change in that second half we've seen as well. Greg obviously being sent off, but how important is that defensive mentality that we've got from last season, that we've obviously had a great defensive record last year, we've brought into this year, and digging in for that final half hour where it did become a bit of a battle, obviously sitting in deep.
Exactly that. So the message at half time is we've been in this situation before. Some of our games from the start last season, if you think back to early on, or just as we was kind of developing into a team last year, we had to dig in, we had to defend the box well, we had to defend long balls, we had to defend possession situations where the opposition have got more control in the final third. And it's some stuff that we work on all the time, and sometimes I felt on Saturday we were too defensive minded, we needed a bit more attack minded, but that's the area that I'm looking to try and improve upon. And obviously adding the players like we have done, I feel that we are now a threat going forward, whether it's more passes that we get or a little bit more direct into space and runs.
And up top as well, we saw a first start for Reg McLaren today. It looked like he was struggling to walk off the pitch, the end of the shift he did put in up there. What was you thinking putting him in for Ross McNeil today, and obviously paying off with the goal as well?
Really, and I spoke to Roscoe, it was nothing to do with Roscoe's performance. I think Ross has been really good for us. Obviously last season Roscoe gets a goal, and he's got nous, he's got experience in certain situations, but I felt like if a player's been working hard for 2 or 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 weeks, and he doesn't get an opportunity, what am I telling him? There's an element of keeping consistency with your selection, but also you've got to use the squad. Reg has been working hard, so has Josh. I thought Josh in pre-season's been fantastic, and I'm listening to him on the side. He never got a minute tonight, but he's still working hard, shouting for the boys to work hard, etc. And that foundation of team spirit, and putting the team first, which is always difficult to do, shone through tonight. And you seen by Reg making the amount of runs and energy he did, but you can look at Christian. Christian, I don't know what his data will be in terms of just the metric of distance. He probably covered about 20k tonight, So that's the thing you've got to do in that situation, and we had the players to do it, and they put in that performance, and they deserve every bit of credit for just now. Tomorrow's a new day, and we start to think about Civil on Saturday.
And then quickly just as well, we did see obviously Lenny unfortunately come off with a bit of a knock there, and Connor maybe struggling a little bit as well. Don't envy the maybe issues you're having out on the wings right now. Have you got any initial reaction to those injuries there?
Initial reaction is I don't know really. I think they'll be okay. Certainly Zach obviously was struggling a little bit with his hammy. We left him out on Saturday, but he seems fine now. Lenny will see with that one. Actually came about from a tackle, you know, that he made, which was, you know, on the flip side good to see, because that's an area of his game that he can definitely add. We want, you know, all our players to be solid defenders and tenacious defenders, and he was that tonight. So hopefully he'll be okay. Connor, it was just precaution really. I was going to make the sub anyway, so I felt again looking at Keane. Keane's been working so hard. He's deserved to start a game. I never put him in really because Lenny scored a couple of goals in that position, and which is his. He comes on left mid, puts in a real shift. Does Keane and you know, joins in a good victory. So yeah.
And just to finish off for the rest of the week, then I'm sure a few of the boys will be going in feeling a bit tired tomorrow, but back training again, and another game on Saturday.
Back in tomorrow night. The boys know me now that like there's no day offs for that. I think it's important to keep a focus, just keep coming in, and we enjoy our company. Everybody in here, you know, it's one thing enjoying our company. It's the next thing it's, you know, we're in here to work. We're in here to get better. But we'll have an enjoyable night tomorrow night, and we'll use the good points from tonight. And there's always things that we can work on absolutely and take into Saturday's game. But that all forms part of, you know, what we do at the club in terms of our training and our method that we go about things.
Well, Ricky, I hope it was a slightly less stressful end to your afternoon.
Definitely
evening today than Saturday. But congrats on the results today, and we'll catch you on Saturday.
Cheers, boys. Thanks.